over to 0-0-0 on the clock. You know, and we found that out tonight.
This game could really use a forensic analysis of all of the layers that lead to that final outcome. And we'll get to a bit of it in a moment. But first, I want to begin with you, Jason, and the moment in the fourth quarter when it truly appeared that Baltimore had broken the back and the will of Buffalo.
Yeah, and it was a full team effort. I mean, two of these plays that we're about to see, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, a two-play sequence is incredible. Lamar Jackson is the best playmaker in the National Football League, but I'm going to highlight some of the guys that made this play happen. Lamar is a freak. He's to his own. But watch my man Linderbaum. I like watching effort. Linderbaum, he's still playing. What? Ronnie Stanley, he sees it. Oh, I got to kick him into gear. He's boxing out. But check out my man Andrew Voorhees. He's in a 25-mile-per-hour zone going 15. He's acting like it's a school zone. He's trying to keep up with Lamar, but he can't. But you know what? The football gods, the football universe takes care of those who give great effort. The very next play, my man Andrew Voorhees gets good displacement. Linderbaum seals the nose of the backer, and my man Derrick Henry is off to the races. At this point, everybody thinks the game is done. They're even throwing stuff out of the stands. Everybody thought the game was over at that moment, and I just love the entire sequence, including my man Andrew Voorhees running around like a cow on ice.
He said he was going 15 or 25.
That hurt me. But think about it. It's back-to-back plays. That was a 3rd and 10. Lamar Jackson goes back to about his 12-yard line, gets the first down, and then the next play you give the hammer of Thor to that Bills defense, and it looks like it's done. But then, fellas, as everyone knows, it's a 60-minute game. And then Buffalo manages to score on a 4th down and 2 pass that gets tipped. Then there's a fumble. Then there's an immediate score. And then really the game comes down to, after the 2-point conversion is stopped, it comes down to a one-play game. If on 3rd and 10, if Baltimore gets a first down, that game is done. Or this team that leads the NFL in many respects analytically and saying, let's go for it. You got a one play, get 3 yards, and this game's done. And they elect not to, and they elect to kick the ball back to Josh Allen. Yeah. I'm just interested, fellas, in your thought. And you could say if you get stopped during the 38, well, guess what? 4 plays and 30 seconds later, Buffalo's got the ball, and Baltimore's 34. So after you get the ball, you run 2 really conservative plays to force Buffalo to call timeouts. I get it. You throw it to Nuke Hopkins. Now it's a 1 play for 3 yards. You got those guys and you punt it. What do you think of that?
My biggest thing is this, though. Like, your run plays don't have to be conservative because you have the ultimate weapon at quarterback.
We just saw it.
Yeah,
100%.
like, let's put somebody in a quandary. Let's make you make a decision. Do I take the dive? Am I getting the quarterback? Who has to be accountable? Where's my assignment? They didn't do any of that.
Nothing.
They said we're going to line up and we're going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry and we're going to make you call your timeout. Todd Monken tucked his whistle. And he didn't say, let's go get it.
And in 4-minute drill, those safeties are down there. To get the numbers right, you have the greatest player in the NFL to make the numbers right because Lamar can run like that. Why are you not, on the first 2 plays, making him a threat? It was mind-blowing.
My best friend Jamar sent me a picture of his son playing Pee-wee football. You know what the coach did?
What?
He got his ass in 5 wides, and the quarterback ran for 900 yards in this Pee-wee football game. You go condensed formation, and you got Lamar Jackson back there. To your point, Todd Monken swallowing his whistle or whatever the hell he was thinking. Find this man some space pre-snap and live and die if you don't get it by Lamar Jackson taking care of the football and trying to go make a play for 3 yards.
Because the minute you punt that football back to Josh, you're saying we think we can stop a guy we've just demonstrated for this entire quarter that we can't stop.
You know what happened? I love the fact that you said you gave the hammer of Thor. Well, if you remember when Thor came back in Infinity Wars, everybody was all happy. You know what happened at the end of that? Thanos snapped his fingers and folks started disappearing. That's what Josh Allen did. That's what Josh Allen did on this last drive. And now the first 2 plays were easy, right? They were like, let's go pitch and catch. Here, you're going to see the motion by Shakir. We're going to get a soft defense by the Baltimore Ravens. Josh Allen is just going to take what they give him. He's going to catch the football. He's going to see him come underneath, give him the ball, try to get a little catch and run. Now, again, the Baltimore Ravens in the soft corner. You see Nate Wiggins on the bottom of the screen. Keon Coleman, who had a phenomenal game He's going to push Nate Wiggins up the field, and I want you to see what he does here. After the hook, he catches it, and he wheels out toward the sideline. That stops the clock. Now, this is 2 plays later. I already have indicated that you're a man-to-man when Awuzie follows Dawson Knox across the field. Now, watch this. He's going to move Awuzie out, and that allows Joshua Palmer to get on top of Jair Alexander. And here is where Josh Allen has progressed the most. It's a 7-man front. He's going to see that Roquan Smith walking into the line. Malachi Starch, the safety, is locked on to James Cook. Now I know it's 0. Look at all this space. Why in the world would Jair Alexander have outside leverage here? He's going to get beat across his face by Keon Coleman. It's a great catch, almost 6. Probably happy that it wasn't. You were able to run out the clock.
Correct.
But that's Josh Allen executing perfectly in the most important moment of the game when the Ravens didn't.
I know we don't have the time for it. It's a conversation for another day. Week 3, by the way, we'll be in Baltimore. We can talk further. But this is a team that I don't think – I'll speak for myself. I don't think they're good. I think they're great. Yep. But I think great teams win football games when they're up 10 points. And this is 19 times under John Harbaugh that they've lost a double-digit second-half lead. And there's a million things that happen. Last year was against the Raiders on their home field early. And you forget about it as the season goes on. But you're going to live with this result for the entirety of this season. You can't run from it, can you? It's going to stick to you.
But you said it exactly right. Those numbers are astounding for a coach that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also got to look, Harbaugh, go for the 4th down. You can't fumble the damn football late in the game.
Yep.
Derrick Henry, nobody want to say it.
He did. He said, put this on me.
Yeah, right. So
he
again,
did.
like we saw last year, Mark Andrews wide open in the end zone. You may extend that game. Players got to make plays as well. The problem is when you take that out of their hands. And that's why all of the viewing go to the coaching staff is that you didn't give them a chance to go be great and seal the game on a 4th and 3.
Well, there we go. We'll be
the opportunity to be here before the games. You feel the atmosphere. You understand that this is not just a regular game. Now they'll all tell us that in the interview. It's just this week and this opponent. But when Monday night comes, when I was playing for Dallas, Monday night football is a big deal. So I think for this kid, more importantly, it's to that point, JK. And I always love hearing your insight because you had 2 young quarterbacks that had to play in primetime games, big games. But I think this really comes down to Kevin O'Connell and how comfortable you are with how much you want to give him.
Right.
Because this offense now, as much as we talking about play within yourself and take care of the football, this offense has been explosive as hell.
No doubt.
With the last 2 quarterbacks that we've seen.
Top 10 in scoring last year.
Yeah, so I want to see how he's going to approach letting him go in this game.
I saw the quarterback coach, Josh McCown, as they walked in just a few moments ago, and I asked him, how do you keep the main thing the main thing? How do you not let it be too big? And we talked about that scene in Hoosiers where coach measures the bucket and says it's 10 feet, just like the one back in Hickory. So that's my favorite scene. And Ryan, during preseason, he got to play, but it's 44 snaps. That's how much tape you get to look at. What do you see there?
First off, this ain't Hickory.
Exactly.
Right? That's
Chicago, Illinois, baby.
This is the Windy City. This is Soldier Field. This is the place where we watch legends play. But J.J. McCarthy can't let it be that. J.J. McCarthy has to make it feel like I'm at practice. And this is what we saw from him early last preseason when he was tracking to be the starter. We're going to get play action pass. And now you're going to see that Kevin O'Connell makes sure that there are routes going across the field to his face. He stands into the pressure, makes a great throw on the crosser. He's also going to utilize the outside of the field where he gets easy read. All we're getting here is China 7, right? So he has to read the low corner in cover 2. The corner's going to bite on the China route. He knows he can get the football behind him to the post corner in front of the cover 2 safety. Now, this was one of my favorite plays from one of the first times we got to see JJ. Watch him go through his progression. He's going to start to the bottom of the screen here. He doesn't have an opportunity to throw the ball. As the pressure comes, he steps up. Look at the eyes of the linebackers on J.J. McCarthy. Watch him thread this ball in between both of the hook players. J.J. McCarthy got the stuff. The thing about what J.K. is saying, what Marcus is saying is, yes, it becomes just another game at some point. Yeah. It's about how quickly it becomes that. You'll have the energy, you'll have the excitement, you'll have the butterflies. Maybe it takes a hit. And then once you get that hit, it's like I'm just playing the same game I've always loved to play.
You said it well. We're not in Hickory. We're in Chicago, Illinois. It's a divisional game to start his NFL career here on Monday Night Football. Great to be back with our friend Adam Schefter. And Adam, it's nice to have Justin Jefferson to throw the football to. Some questions about who else Minnesota has at their disposal in terms of receivers. But as for the men that will try to prevent them from passing the ball, who's available on the Chicago secondary?
Well, Scott, I can tell you this. We are just over about 90 minutes away from actives and inactives. And we know that the Bears are unlikely to have TJ Edwards at linebacker, which will be a blow to the way that they try to defense the run. But the real questions for the Bears tonight are in the secondary. What the Vikings are waiting to see is who's active and who's not. Their star cornerback, Jalen Johnson, is listed as questionable with a calf and a groin injury. He's out on the practice field warming up right now. We'll see whether he's able to go tonight. Kyler Gordon, their nickelback, added to the injury report on Sunday with a hamstring injury, the same hamstring injury that sidelined him during training camp. So there are some significant questions in the Bears secondary that the Vikings coaches want to see whether or not they'll be able to exploit. Of course, the Bears don't have any sympathy for the Vikings. The Vikings will be missing Harrison Smith tonight. Their Pro Bowl safety didn't make the trip. He's out for tonight's game as well. So some key injury question marks as we await the first actives and inactives of the Monday Night Football season.
Appreciate that, Adam. Forget how nervy that can be, waiting to find out who's up and who's not. We'll wait for that as we wait for the final game of Week 1 of this NFL